Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care Center, Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair, United Plumbing, and Anchor Point Roofing and Siding. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hello to you, and happy Friday. Made it to the weekend. Hope you're going to have a fantastic weekend. We're planning on that as well. But we got one more work day ahead. We're going to get you started with some news.
Yes. November's ballot could look very different for Missouri people after a Cole County judge ruled against two proposed measures. The judge blocked a referendum challenging the state's new congressional map, saying the Missouri Constitution does not allow voters to have a referendum over redistricting laws. He also rejected a proposal that would have made it more difficult for lawmakers to change or repeal voter-approved initiatives. Both decisions are being appealed right now, and the Missouri Supreme Court is going to have to rule on that before the September 8th deadline in order to get it onto the November ballot. So we shall see.
Yeah,
that's interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that is interesting. 4-year legal battle involving some of Springfield's better-known business figures has ended with a jury ruling against the architect Rita Barron on all 6 claims. Barron had sued business partners Mike Hamra, Ryan and Doug Hamilton, and executive Adam Horton, alleging breaches of fiduciary duty and fraud involving their low-income housing businesses. The jury rejected those claims and sided with the defendants on their counterclaim, awarding them about $1.3 million. Barron's attorney does plan to appeal.
All right. 4 Greene County Associate Circuit judges have recused themselves from a lawsuit challenging the county commission's rezoning of property for the Auburn Meadows development, controversial place near Willard. The case was reassigned this week to Judge Kristen Poppin, who had not recused herself as of the latest court filing. So the plaintiffs live near that 14-acre site. They are asking the court to reverse the rezoning from suburban residential to urban residential. That's how it was rezoned. They're asking that to be overturned. They're arguing that the commission's action conflicted with the county's comprehensive plan and was made without required planning board approval. So that is a court case, and a lot of the judges feel too close to it for some in some way or another. So they found a judge who they think can do it. And the city of Willard is warning that the city's recycling center could be closed if people continue to use it improperly. The city says unauthorized materials and trash left outside the designated containers are increasing costs of operation there, also creating safety problems and taking a lot of time from staff who could be doing other things. For now, the center remains open, but the city is warning everyone that it could close if people don't start following the rules.
Yes. Makes sense. The Branson Humane Society is temporarily cutting back its dog adoptions so it can keep low-cost spay and neuter clinics for the public. The organization says it'll focus primarily on cats with only limited dog intake, allowing it to reduce staffing and direct more money to its Snip City clinic. It's a funny name. The clinic charges $65 for cats, about $75 for dogs, and including that also includes 2 vaccines. And so far, they've helped about 1,700 pets avoid having more litters. The Branson Humane Society says the change is temporary, and they're hoping to resume more dog adoptions once the clinic gets back to financially stable. So Wait for that. Branson, meanwhile, has selected a new fire chief who's going to be taking over the department in September. Chris Zaremba has more than 25 years of fire service experience and currently serves as a battalion chief with the Champaign, Illinois Fire Department. He's also led training programs, taught in the Fire Service Institute, and spent years in leadership with his local firefighters union. Zaremba will be replacing Ted Martin, who retired in April after 3 decades as Branson's fire chief.
Yeah, he'd been there a long time.
Yes, I worked with him a lot.
Yep. It'd be weird to think about Branson Fire without Ted Martin there, but that's what's happening.
Here we are.
Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis economist says Springfield's economy continues to show solid growth, but inflation, housing costs, and consumer debt are concerns. He told a capacity crowd at the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce that local economic growth has averaged about 3% year over year, which is better than the national rate. So that's good. About 3/4 of households, though, household spending now going toward necessities like housing, food, utilities, and gas. That part is not great. Well, we have an update. The Bears football season is right around the corner now, and Missouri State has chosen its starting quarterback for the 2026 football season. Skylar Locklear will lead the Bears when they open the season September 5th. It'll be a tough game because it's at number 8 ranked Texas A&M, national number 8, Texas A&M. Locklear was a former UTEP starter, Texas El Paso, last year, has 16 career starts, followed his offensive coordinator from UTEP to Missouri State this season. And he won the job over a Duke transfer after the two veterans competed through training camp this fall, or whatever college calls it, camp. Locklear also played against the Bears last season, where he ran for 2 touchdowns in UTEP's 34-24 loss in Springfield.
Yeah. So
right.
UTEP is what? The University of Texas at El Paso?
Yes.
Yeah. The boys played Texas football before, so he's got that going for him. Because I can tell you from being a former news reporter in Texas that it's a breed. Because I actually had to cover sports in Texas. That's how big football is, starting when they're like 5. So I feel really good about his position as quarterback in Missouri. Because I'm just telling you, if you've played Texas football at any level, you are a step ahead.
Okay.
Starting at age 5. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Friday Night Lights is a thing.
Now, they did lose to Missouri State last year. So, just saying.
UTEP did, you mean?
Yeah. Missouri State beat UTEP last year. And him. That was part of the story. You were thinking of your own stuff.
It's true, I was. You know what I was trying to do was figure out where UTEP was exactly. I was like, is that a Texas
I said it.
school?
The very first...
No, I know, but then I was like looking in the notes because I am like reading your notes, and I don't see... But I thought I heard you say Texas, and then I thought to myself...
Texas El Paso. But again, Missouri State beat them last year. So, and he didn't, the story wasn't about how he threw for touchdowns last year. It was about how he ran for touchdowns. So we'll see what happens this year. He is the starter at Missouri State, and we'll be rooting him on. Go Bears.
It's exciting. Stay tuned for that. Springfield's history will have a new home for future researchers thanks to a partnership between the History Museum on the Square and Missouri State University. The museum has transferred ownership of its archival collection to Missouri State's Meyer Library. The materials include historic photographs, documents, manuscripts, correspondence, and other records chronicling Springfield and Greene County and its rich history. The museum will continue collecting artifacts and operating exhibits and educational programs, while the university provides professional preservation and greater access for students, historians, and the public.
I need to get back over to the Springfield History Museum and check it out.
I know they have cool stuff happening all the time. And it is not in my normal stomping ground path. And I feel like life is so insanely busy all the time.
That is
I need
true.
to slow down and smell the roses and go to the History Museum.
Get a cup of coffee and stroll around looking at history.
That sounds heavenly.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or I could take a nap. One of those two things.
Tough call.
Well, this takes me right back to my childhood, this next story. And boy, I feel like I beat the system back then growing up. Talking about for you folks that are old enough to remember getting CDs in the mail or cassettes at one point, but CDs in the mail for just a penny, then you should know that a part of your childhood is now dead. Columbia House. Ah, yes. We all remember Columbia House. At least the older half of us do. It's a mail order club famous for offering multiple CDs for a penny, 12 for a penny when I was doing it. It is shutting down. The company began in 1955, first selling vinyl records, then started out with the stuff in magazines where you could get cassettes, 8 tracks, and then CDs. At one point, generating more than $1 billion a year, which is unbelievable. Because I'm not sure how they made the money. I guess it was from people. I don't know how they made the money, but it didn't last. Columbia House ended its CD business in 2008 and later moved into DVDs. Didn't really catch on. So they are stopping accepting any new orders after September 15th, and that is it. But I used to get the 12. I mean, it sounds like a scam, but you really got 12 CDs for a penny. And then you had to purchase at least one more in the next year. And they were overpriced, but you still do the math and you come out ahead if you buy the one and then to restart your membership again next year. So I ended up, I worked that deal like a charm. And I ended up with more than 600 CDs, mostly because of Columbia House. 90% of them came from Columbia House, the deals.
That is before my time.
I learned that you could also, if you got a friend to join, you got 4 extra free CDs.
That's funny.
We would sign each other up all the time.
Yeah.
Beat the system. And it was fantastic. And then eventually the CDs are worth nothing. And what do I got? You got to go pay for streaming. So I don't know that I won in the end.
Yeah. It's a whole new world.
It's funny. I've seen that social media clip where it was like, first I bought vinyl records, and then I bought cassettes, and then I bought CDs, and so I bought this music several times over, and now I got to pay a streaming service to hear anything I want to hear monthly.
Yeah.
Just keep getting ripped off. But I stuck at the Columbia House pretty good. So for that, I feel victorious.
Yeah. Good job, babe.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. I got that going for me, which is nice.
We're always up for a good deal, I'm
trying.
All right. Happy weekend, everyone. Enjoy Friday and then have a great weekend. We will see you back here on Monday.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubat Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Conditions across the Ozarks today are going to be toasty, but it's Friday. We've made it to the end of the week, and temperatures are looking toasty. We've got numbers this morning that are not so bad. We're starting out in the upper 60s across the region, but it's going to get warmer across the Ozarks, and I'm expecting highs today to land in the mid-90s once again. So hot, humid, still feeling like summertime. Kind of a typical late August day for us here today with hot temperatures. I think we're in the 90s here in Springfield, but places up north closer to Lake of the Ozarks, you may be in the 80s for highs today, where upper 90s may exist down in northern Arkansas. Summer-like, though, across the Ozarks today. It's another good pool day, great day for summer activities. Just make sure you wear plenty of sunscreen, protect yourself, and of course, drink plenty of water if you're going to be outdoors. The national map today, looks busy. We have a whole lot of rain across the country today, but not a whole lot of it here in the Ozarks. I expect us to stay rain-free in the Ozarks today. I do start to introduce some rain chances, though, as we get into the weekend forecast. Isolated storm chances are in the forecast tomorrow. High temperatures on Saturday still look to be in the 90s. In fact, I have 91 for the forecasted high in Springfield. We will see an isolated opportunity, about a 30% chance for some showers and thunderstorms during the day. I don't think they're going to be too strong, but a few storms could carry some really heavy rainfall, so keep that in mind. If you're planning to hit any of our area waterways or spend time outdoors on a hike or something on Saturday, there will be some of those pop-up variety shower and thunderstorm opportunities. Have a backup plan if you're going to be outdoors. High temperatures, though, they drop into the upper 80s come Sunday, and we should stay cooler than that as we head into Monday of next week, too. It's a very brief cool down for Sunday and Monday with highs close to normal, highs in the upper 80s, and then we'll likely climb again as we head into next week's forecast. I see a lot more 90s in our future as we head into next week. In fact, maybe mid 90s are in the forecast for several days. So the forecast for the weekend, it's looking all right. We have some rain chances, but a lot of dry time too. In fact, one of the best days is probably going to be Sunday with high temperatures in the upper 80s, mostly sunny skies, and rain chances not returning until Sunday night into early Monday. It looks like a nice setup for Monday, too, with, once again, mostly sunshine and high temperatures in the upper 80s. We're looking at a high temperature of 87 degrees by Monday. Around the country, here's what's making headlines. It was severe weather for the mid-Atlantic yesterday with a tornado watch and a severe thunderstorm watch for the friends in the Northeast. Today, the big headlines are that there are extreme heat warnings for the desert Southwest and the southern tier of states, while severe thunderstorms are happening for the north central plains. That's this afternoon. Cooler air from Canada is also invading parts of the country. That's the northern tier, the lucky few, with lows falling to the 40s and 50s up along the northern United States. So it's signs that things won't stay hot forever. You know, September is often one of those big transition months for us, and that's exactly what I'm expecting as we head closer to the end of the month. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. Here it is. Which comes first during a thunderstorm? And the options were A, thunder, B, lightning, C, they happen at the exact same time, or D, neither. Well, if you guessed lightning, you would be correct. You see the flash of lightning before you hear the sound of thunder. They happen at the exact same time in the clouds, but light travels much faster than sound. So light reaches your eyes almost instantly, while sound takes time to travel through the air. If that was your guess, congratulations. You'll be entered to win $50 to Godfather's Pizza. What could be better on a Friday night, right? All right, here's the next trivia question and the next chance to win. What do we call frozen raindrops that fall from the sky? Do you think that is A, sleet, B, hail, C, snow, or D, frost? Frozen raindrops that fall from the sky. Let me know your guess. You can do that at the website. It is aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather with me here on this beautiful Friday in the Ozarks. It's going to be a hot one today. We'll have mostly sunny skies, high temperatures, about 93 degrees for us here in Springfield. We should stay rain-free today, but rain chances reappear in part on Saturday. Only about a 30% chance for showers and storms on Saturday, dry by Sunday, and that's when highs fall to the 80s. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a fantastic Friday, a great weekend. I will be back here to chat with you first thing on Monday morning. And if you need weather info over the weekend, you know where to find it. Just head on over to the website, aroundtheozarks.com. Click on the weather tab, and I've got you covered there. Have a great one. We'll chat again early next week.